Hey, everyone. So it's been a chaotic morning, right? It's been a chaotic morning for me, at least. I don't know about anyone else here. If you looked in the side chat or in the chat, it's on the side here for me. But if you looked at the chat, you'll see that I had some work-related issues, and they had to be resolved early this morning. As many of you know, I work with people that have disabilities, and sometimes shit just has to get done, right? Shit just has to get done. I don't even know how I look. I hope I look presentable for everyone. All right. Feel your pain, brother. Oh, I know, Samy. I know you do. So I had to make some phone calls, and everything got resolved. Happy ending, happy enough ending, everyone. So I hope everyone's doing well. So I was preparing to have a show today, basically from 9:30 to 10. And then we do the open room as usual from 10 to 10:30 because this is Thursday, right? Because once again, work has impinged upon my YouTube time. So I have to leave a half an hour early. That was a lot of word salad. I'm going to check out the chat before diving into Magacoin, which is a real thing. It's a real thing, Magacoin. I'm sure we'll be hearing about the scams, the pumps and the dumps. You know, it's funny. I was talking to my girlfriend about this initially. And when I think of pump and dump, I think of the economic term where people inflate an asset, right? Just so that they can sell the asset off, and then the price plummets. So you pump the asset and then you dump the asset. And she's like, I had a completely different understanding of that term. It's like, oh, I understand what you're saying now, coming from a female point of view, having to deal with my gender. I understand that. The coins are another cash grab. That's right, Blazing Wizard Pope. They are another cash grab by MAGA. We've seen all kinds of scams, right? All kinds of scams from MAGA, from Trump Incorporated. Yeah, what's the other story? Oh, the doctor. It's actually, I don't even know. I think I've hit my limit of Schadenfreude on our last story we're going to cover today, is that the doctor has to tell patients who are really sick from COVID, I'm sorry, it's too late for you to get the vaccine. This doctor has to tell parents, adult children of loved ones, they have to tell people that it's too late for your loved one who is dying from COVID to get the vaccine. That's a horrible story. But wait, you're looking for more horrible story? I got another one. It's about the climate crisis, right? Because it isn't climate change. It isn't global warming. It's the climate crisis. That's really the best way to frame it. Because if you haven't seen the video from China or heard the news about China and the once in millennium flood they got, if you didn't hear about this city, this area that got a year's worth of rainfall within a very short span of time, then you're going to say to yourself, I got to get away from the coast. I just got to move away. There are areas like in Germany. Did you hear the story about Germany too? They're flooding, right? From days ago. Yeah. So those are the three main stories that I'm going to be. I know, Blazing. Vaccines don't work when you're already dying from the thing, right? Oh, man. And Blazing says, very much chaos when I rolled out of bed and stumbled over to the Covfefe machine and into my chair, listens to the chaotic. Yeah. I have to tell you, I've been up since 4:30 this morning. I woke up I fell asleep. I was talking with my girlfriend last night at like 8:30, maybe. I'm on the couch and I'm like this. And then I remember I remember talking to her, and then I realized that the phone went silent, and it's like, did we finish our conversation? And then I called her back up, and it's like, did you hang up on me, Andy? It's like, I think I fell asleep while talking to you. But I have been up since 4:30, so I got all bunches of things done today. Hey, what's up, Scott Duke? let's see who else is around. Tobin. Yeah. Blazing. And of course, Samy, Dee Parks. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Derek. So yeah, it's been a crazy morning for me so far. I do have some news, some personal news, is that I'm on good terms with both of my children right now, right? At the same time. And the thing is, they're both teenagers. My daughter is 16 and my son is 19. And I am, it's been difficult. If you're a parent, you know that it's difficult to maintain a non-butting of the heads kind of relationship with your children. And right now, we're all talking to each other and we're happy and we're getting along. And you know what I'm going to say, microphone? You know what I'm going to say? That's right, microphone. I think I'm doing something wrong. I think I'm doing something wrong with both of my kids are getting along with me when they're happy with me, returning my texts, having conversations. Is this wrong? Is everything okay? I don't know. I don't know, Dr. Mordecai. I guess everything's okay. I'm just questioning things today, right? I'm just questioning things. So yeah, I'm in the good books with both of my kids, and I don't know if that's a positive thing. I don't know if I'm doing my job right as a parent. If both of my teenagers are in a good space with me. What's up, John Hudson? All right, should we just get to a video? We should just get to a video, right? We'll try to have a semblance of a show. We're going to try to have a semblance of a show. Going to try. We're going to muddle through Thursday.
Who? Where? When? Why? Time. Consider a small bug. How does it perceive time? Really quick or really slow? I don't know. But I do know nearly 1/5 of low-wage workers experience time theft. Time theft is when an employer finds a way to make you work and then doesn't pay you for that work. Shut the door, sir. That sounds illegal. Open the door back up. Companies are tricky about doing this sort of thing. Time for an example. If you're programmed in a 30-minute lunch break, but then during that lunch, anyone can just come up and demand your immediate attention. Time theft. Example 2, timekeeping software often rounds to the nearest 15 minutes, so employees can lose out if they come in early or stay late. Time theft. What's a few minutes here and there? That can't be more than a few minutes. Those add up. In the year 2017, a report from the Economic Policy Institute found that time theft violations for minimum wage workers totaled more than $15 billion every year. Time theft. Who's stealing your time?
So that was made by Planet Money. If you listen to National Public Radio here in the States, you're aware that Planet Money is basically, well, the personal finance show, or just general economic show of NPR. And yes, they're on TikTok. And yes, if you've been a low-wage worker, more than likely everyone who's been victim of time theft, raise your hand. Really? You, sir? Yes, me. I've been a victim of time theft before. Many times. But see, this is the thing. You can find smart media on any platform. Any platform, Andy? All right, maybe not conservative platforms like Telegram. But in general, if you're on TikTok or on Twitter or on YouTube or on Facebook, if you can find smart media, stuff that will make your brain not dumb. Hand raised. That's right, John Hudson. That's right. Yep, Tobin. Time theft. They love stealing your time. KCA Randy, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Because I was talking about earlier, of course, whether or not I'm a good parent, if both of my teenagers are getting along with me right now. And KCA Randy kindly says, that means you're a responsible parent that listens to your kids. Well, I try. That's right. You have been a thief of time. That sounds like some kind of whale of time. What is it? That science fiction fantasy? Is it a fantasy series with 20 books in it? It's been a thief of time. Well, here it is. Blazing says, I haven't had contact with my mother in years, and my father just calls to interrogate me and then gets mad when I don't talk. Or how do you talk with someone who only asks yes or no questions? Yep, that's a tough one, Blazing. That's a tough one. Yeah. What I have, when we talk about skepticism, right? It's about not just formulating a plan, but coming up with different plans if that plan isn't working, right? Because you've all heard this before. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and thinking you're going to get different results. So I figured out that both of my kids, really, they are not going to contact me unless they want something. Or, yes, basically. So what I've been doing is that I have been more proactive in reaching out to them. See, that was my new policy, is that I need to be more proactive. And so it has paid off dividends. Actually, we're all getting along quite well. Your kids have a plan for you, indeed. Were you in Time Bandits? Time Bandits was a really good movie. My girl, you know what? I don't want to put her on the spot. She's not here right now. She's probably on a flight or going to the airport, flying back home. But my girlfriend has never seen Time Bandits. And that's required viewing if you're dating me, right? You want to do a meme? Let's do a meme before we talk about Magacoin. I can't even say Magacoin without giving some kind of facial gesture of disbelief and contempt at the same time. Here's the one meme today. Hypocrite. Hippocrates. You got the hippo. You got the crates. And in the middle, you get Hippocrates. Gonna let that joke sink in. Some of you are groaning right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the joke. But I just saw it. It's like, what a wonderful geeky joke that is, right? And I love Venn diagrams, to tell you the truth. I don't have a good mind for statistics. I know a few words about statistics. I passed a few statistics class in college, but my mind does not naturally glom onto statistics. But I love Venn diagrams because they're so visual. Well, that's right. That's a serious lack of comedic education from someone in a relationship with a comedian. And I have to give it to the girlfriend. She is really fast and she is really knowledgeable. And she has a good comedic sense of timing. Dad jokes rock. That's right. What's up, B? Hope you're doing well. Hippo crates. All right. Okay. We should, once again, striving to do a real show today. Magacoin, pro-Trump cryptocurrency, attracts over 1,000 suckers. Oh, I'm sorry. Suckers and grifters to sign up. Magacoin bills itself as the digital currency for the MAGA community, but data from the site shows most of the cryptocurrency is allocated to its self-style creator. Once again, is it a pump and a dump? Probably it is. Is it just a way for someone to rip stupid people off? More than likely. Was there a data breach already? We're going to take a look. Links in the description below, everyone. My second cup of coffee is hitting the main line right now, so I feel a little bit more animated. And if you're watching on Facebook, I can't see your comments on Facebook. If you come over to YouTube, then I can see your comments and we can interact. I mean, or at least you can interact with the chat if you don't want to interact with me. More than 1,000 people have so far signed up to the pro-Trump cryptocurrency Magacoin, including conservative media personalities and Republican figures The Guardian can reveal. The news comes after poor security configuration in a website associated with Magacoin exposed the email addresses, passwords, cryptocurrency wallet addresses, and IP addresses of users who have bought into what its promoters describe as the digital currency for the MAGA community. So email addresses, IP addresses, passwords, emails. You might as well give them your social security number at the same time, right? Right? The data also reveals that the lion's share of the cryptocurrency so far produced has been allocated to the self-described creator of Magacoin, a pro-Trump consultant who owns an LLC associated with a cryptocurrency, and a super PAC associated with the same consultant. This information, provided to The Guardian by a self-described hacktivist, unveils the reality around the cryptocurrency, whose creators say it is made by America First conservatives out of frustration with losing the election and a desire to fight back by supporting MAGA candidates. So what's the over-under? What are the odds that MAGA candidates are desirous, that they want donations in Magacoin, which is like completely, useless? What's the chance? I mean, that's pretty low, I would guess. The vast majority of these signups have only 100 Magacoins, the amount offered free in initial publicity to early signups, who can claim their share of 75 million Magacoins. So if you don't know anything, I know something about cryptocurrency. 75 million Magacoins seems like a lot for an initial dumping. But maybe it's not. I don't know. The website, echoing widespread right-wing falsehoods about this 2020 election result, says it chose that number to represent the 75 million voters who were disenfranchised on November 3rd, 2020. Do you think? So 75 million coins for 75 million voters. Is this a way for them to own the libs? Is that something in their minds when someone's going, I want MAGA coin? But wait, there's actually a scam within a scam with this. Other users, however, have greater holdings, and at least some of them may have taken advantage of the cryptocurrency's ambassador program, in which promoters are offering 1,000 free MAGA coins to approved radio hosts, media personalities, bloggers, and grassroots groups who sign up to help promote the currency to their audience. So if you're part of the ambassador program, you are already a right-wing lunatic blogger, a right-wing lunatic personality, or an influencer. And so Magacoin gives you 1,000 MAGA coins so that you can promote this shitty cryptocurrency to your gullible viewers, to your gullible readers, to the gullible consumers of your crappy content. Along, of course, with your vitamins or the end of times, anointed holy water. Check out the chat. More kafefi, indeed. Hey, what's up, Theo? Yeah. All right. Does anyone ever have a sudden craving for warm chocolate chip cookies fresh out of the oven? I would like that. I would like a warm chocolate chip cookie out of the oven right now. Sure. Send it over, Scott Duke, talking about chocolate chip cookies coming out of the oven. I hope you brought enough for everyone. You get your last shot today, B? Congratulations. That must feel pretty fucking good to get your last shot. To get your jab, right? All right. What do you want to do something funny before we get into the climate crisis? Let's do something funny before getting into the climate crisis. Good morning, Jess M. Okay. Let's check out something common.
People call me biodegradable because I break down very easily.
Life is full of ups and downs.
Wait, people are having ups?
I just wanted to ask you if you were the one that ordered the Uber outside.
Oh, he's here? Tell him I'll be the one in the middle of the road. When he sees me, tell him to floor it.
Francis!
Oh, see, that was fast. That was a fast bit, but I thought it was funny. Biodegradable. It's bad puns, everyone. Bad puns. But the man nails it. The kid nails it. Right? Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So once again, this is if you're just tuning in, we're only doing a half an hour show. Well, I was planning to do only a half an hour show today because I had work issues. I had work telephone call to make to get services for someone. And so that was what I was doing. And then to make it worse, I started the show early because I was done with the task and I got my ducks in a row. And so this is putting the show off till 9:30 and then starting early. How frustrating is that for people, right? All right. What else are we doing? So what are we doing, everyone? We saw something funny. Let's do the climate crisis, right? If you haven't seen this, now there's some disturbing stuff going on here. There is some disturbing flood-related visuals to this. You know, my day's about to get worse too, because I just found something out. And I have to look at my phone, and I'm sorry for this, right? And I think I'm going to lose my pizza rolls. That's right. Nope, I'm not going to lose my pizza rolls. Good. It's just a cat doing cat stuff. A lot of drama here this morning. You know, let's just do the flood. Let's just do the flood story. And watch me hit buttons now. Let's see. I wasn't able to hit buttons properly yesterday. I'm going to hit buttons properly today. The name of the video, 12 dead and flooded. It's not even 12 dead, everyone. It's China experiences record rainfall. We'll just stick with that, all right? Once again, there's some disturbing stuff. At least you don't have to look at Trump or any Republicans. Let's do this thing.
Out of China, where the military has been called in to blast open a dam to help control catastrophic flooding. Dramatic video shows people trapped inside subway cars, submerged in chest-deep waters in the city of Zhengzhou. The flooding has killed at least 33 people after the area saw a year's worth of rain in just 3 days. Randy Inocencio reports.
The deluge took the city and these commuters by surprise, trapping hundreds in subway carriages as floodwaters rushed in. The flood was too powerful and people got washed away, this passenger said. Another person and I almost wanted to give up because we didn't have enough strength, but I used my arm to hang on. Many struggled to get out of the subway system themselves and back onto higher ground. With no other option, rescue workers were forced to cut open carriage roofs and pull people to safety before any remaining air ran out. We smashed the upper part of the glass to let some air in. Otherwise, we would have suffocated. On ground level, dramatic video shows a group of people attempting the rescue before the ground gives way beneath them. Across this city of 12 million, the rising floodwaters turned streets into raging rivers, trapping drivers in their cars and residents in their homes. Around 100,000 people have now been evacuated. China's military has now been deployed to assist. This video from state media shows a nearby dam being blasted open to divert floodwaters away from the flood-ravaged city. But with more rain on the way, what climate scientists have described as a once-in-a-millennium event could become even more common in the future. For CBS This Morning, Ramy Inocencio, Hong Kong.
I'm Richard Branson, and I have...
Yeah, that's good, Richard Branson. Thank you for showing up on my channel. Boo. Boo. Yeah, Theo, I had heard about the floods in Germany, and I haven't heard about the ones in Switzerland. Well, you look, and in Belgium, but if you look at, and there's a bunch of these videos on YouTube about what we can expect from global climate change, what we can expect from the climate crisis in terms of sea level rise, it is sobering. It is sobering. There's going to be vast portions of Eastern England just gone. The Netherlands, coast of Germany, gone. And this is just the beginning. And someone said this in Blazing, you're spot on. No matter what we do today to fix climate change, this is normal now. This is the thing. This is the world that we have left our children and our grandchildren. That's what it is. I mean, and what can you say in any kind of real pragmatic way? Don't take the subway when it rains a lot. Move to higher ground. I heard about the floods in Germany, and they're talking about billions of dollars of costs. People don't understand. It is a ton of problems with the global climate crisis. So what does that have to do with secularism? Well, it has everything to do with secularism, because you see, and we all know this, right? Societies that are more dangerous, that people feel less safe, become more religious, right? So when people in societies feel less safe, then they become more religious. There could be a great awakening of faith due to the global climate crisis. How's that? So there is a direct relationship between the future of secularism and global climate crisis. If someone's like, so because there's some, I'm Richard Branson, I have CO2. That's really funny. Blazing, you're on fire this morning, brother. I'm Richard Branson, and I have a CO2 footprint in an African country. That's true. Yeah, and it isn't. Okay, so once again, when you start wrapping your mind around it, it's about what are we going to do with all this land that's going to get gobbled up by the ocean? This develops stuff, right? Buildings, toxic chemicals, all of it's going to be consumed by the ocean, because you don't think, right? Microphone, do you really think that the government, our government or other governments, are really going to be evacuating all the toxic chemicals and materials from coastlines before they get devoured by the sea? No, the microphone doesn't think that either. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath, everyone. Let's do this next. What's the next story? Oh, COVID. Let's just do this. Link in the description. I'm sorry, but it's too late. Unvaccinated patients beg for shot. New infections nearly triple in 2 weeks. And if you didn't know what the story was about, I love it how USA Today wrote this headline. COVID news. In case you weren't aware what this is all about, it's COVID news. An Alabama physician glumly says she is making a lot of progress in encouraging people to vaccinate as she struggles to keep them alive. Dr. Brittany Corbia, a hospitalist, I like that word, hospitalist, at Grandview Medical Center in Birmingham, wrote in a recent Facebook post she is treating a lot of young, otherwise healthy people for serious coronavirus infections. One of the last things they do before they're intubated is beg me for the vaccine, she wrote. I hold their hand and tell them that I'm sorry, but it's too late. Too late. If you can't breathe, if you're already infected, it's too late. Who's the governor of West Virginia? Jim Justice, I think his last name is Justice. I think it's Jim Justice. We showed this video last week, and the governor of West Virginia says the only way people are going to get vaccinated, the reticent, the anti-vaxxers, by a lot more people dying, and his grim prophecy, is coming true. In her post, Corbia wrote that when a patient dies, she hugs their family members and urges them to get vaccinated. She said they cry and tell her they thought the pandemic was a hoax or political or targeting some other age group or skin color. They wish they could go back, but they can't, Corbia wrote. So they thank me and they go get the vaccine. And I go back to my office, write their death note, and say a small prayer that this loss will save more lives. Okay, so the prayer stuff you can just throw out, right? Because that's, if that's what helps the doctor get through the day, Andy, you should just let them have their little prayer. It's like, all right, we'll let them have a little prayer. But once again, just highlights how important it is for us as skeptics to talk about skepticism in our personal lives when it's applicable, right? Even for small things that have nothing to do with the vaccine. It's like if you could talk about a logical fallacy or how you know what you know, that's important so that we can possibly insulate people from stupidity, right? Because that's what it is, everyone. Our jobs as skeptics and as humanists is to help insulate other people from dumb, right? That's what it boils down to. Helping to make people more resistant to stupid. Let's see. Checking up. All right, Mind Explodes, right, John Hudson? It's Mind Explodes. I'll go with that. Blazing Wizard Pope, the hypocritical ward, the hippo emergencies. Job well done, sir. 5 points. 5 points for Blazing Wizard Pope this morning. Well done, sir. My cat is here somewhere. Biscuit, the cat, is here somewhere. She's been mulling around. She doesn't get close enough to me when I do these videos, when I'm live, because she knows she'll be picked up. And she's not a fan of being picked up. She's very, very shy to the camera. All right. So once again, we are doing the open room today for humanists, atheists. If you want to come on, spend some time, talk about whatever. The link to the panel, being on the panel, is in the description. The show, I promise I'm going to start it on time. I'm not going to start early. It's going to start at 10, and it's going to run until 10:30. It's going to run from 10 to 10:30 because I got to go to work early today. You want to do something funny? Let's start closing the show out.
Simon. Thank you.
Simon. Naughty cat, Simon. I don't think that was Simon's first time biting the leg that feeds you. I don't think that sounds right. Biting the leg that makes the person stand for the hands that feed. You know what I'm trying to say. It's awkward, everyone. It's been an awkward show this morning, even more awkward than usual. Tell me that I actually set the time properly, John Hudson, for the show. I'm pretty sure I set the time properly for the show today at 10 to 10:30. All right, so what stories did we do this morning? Magacoin, the newest scam from America First Republicans. 75 million coins, everyone. 1 coin for every disenfranchised vote of Republicans. Single tier. The doctor who has to tell people that it's too late to get a vaccine when you're already sick. You know, think about it. If you're an anti-vaxxer to begin with, you probably don't know that much about vaccines, real vaccines. So it makes sense that they would ask to get the vaccine when they're already sick with the disease. And we also talked about the climate crisis blowing up in China. I saw a video about the incredible, this city, three days, 1 full year's worth of rain in those 3 days. People dying, flooded in subways, a complete disaster over there. Name a cat Simon and you're bound to get bit. Yeah. Oh, Blazing, another 5 points. We'll give you another 5 points. Foot and mouth disease, Blazing. Jeez. Gotta give this guy his own channel. All right. So, 10 a.m. on this channel. If you want to be on the panel, it's the open room, everyone. Did I mention on Monday at 8 p.m. we have Jonathan Borello, comedian, cartoonist, atheist, super talented, super smart guy. He's coming on the show on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern, to talk with Jack Maturko and I. Are we doing more primetime shows? I think we're going to be doing some more prime. And no, Jack and I, that counts as plural, right? So yeah, I can say we are doing primetime shows now. All right. Thank you. YouTube members and patrons, please like the video too. I didn't even ask people, how am I 15 minutes behind? I don't know, Dave. I might be 15 minutes ahead. I might just be in this miasma of time, non-linear time right now. I don't know. But I forgot to ask people to like the video. Once again, thank you to YouTube members and patrons. No, there's no ads. There's no ads here, right? And it's fully supported by you guys, by you all, and it is greatly appreciated. Fuck the ads, right? If there's a motto, maybe for the channel, it's fuck the ads. Take care, B. Good seeing you too. All right, Rutland, Vermont. I love Vermont. I've been in Rutland a couple of times, Raymond Clifford. Ben and Jerry's. I love the Ben and Jerry's. Of course, anyone who talks about Vermont's going to start talking about. You're probably sick about having people from Massachusetts talk about Ben and Jerry's. But I was up there maybe about 2 years before the pandemic, about two and a half years ago. Went to the Ben and Jerry's factory. You can take a factory tour, everyone. You get a little bit of free ice cream. And you can buy ice cream there too. I know it's crazy, right? Okay. So glad to see that you're here, Raymond Clifford. And Montpelier too. Am I going to talk about Vermont for a couple of minutes? I guess I am. If you've never been to Montpelier, Vermont, it's a pretty cool place, everyone. It is, fuck them in the ads. That's right, Tobin Templeman. Fuck the ads. But Montpelier, Vermont, it's the state house. It is like, it's so small and it's awesome. It's the smallest state capital in the union too. So in case that you are in Vermont for whatever reason, then I suggest you going to Montpelier, Vermont, to Montpelier and to Waterbury, where the Ben and Jerry factory is, and you can take a tour. All right, I'm going to do the thank you video. And then I'll see you all at 10 o'clock, right? All right. See you then.